This episode of the Diamond Studios podcast is brought to you by Jabo's brand hot sauce. If you're looking to add a sweet southern flair with a nice kick to your life, this is exactly what you need. Jabo's uses all the best local products to make their hot sauces, and believe me, we love it here at Diamond Studios. So be sure to go check them out by looking them up on Facebook at Jabo's brand hot sauce. And believe me, you are going to love it. Yeah. What is up? Welcome back to another episode of the Diamond Studios podcast. This is where three friends get together and we talk about music, business, and the balance of both with life. I'm your host, Nathan Collins, and as always, I'm joined with the one and only Kevin Beggs, Jonathan Boucher, and today we are talking about artists that we will work with, label edition. Let's get into this.
Woo!
Woo! All right. You go, Cardi. All right. Yeah. All right. Sweet. Yeah. So today we are indeed talking about artists that we are going to work with. Not we are going to work with, but artists we're willing to work with, basically, that we want to work with, and what we look for and listen for. As a label. So before we dive into that, just a quick little a little recap on what we are. So we're a recording studio, if you didn't know that, Diamond Studios. We're located in Toccoa, Georgia. Look at this mug that I'm holding. It may or may not be available on our website here in the coming few days, months, years. That one especially.
This one?
Yeah. Kevin's holding up a mug that we did whenever we first opened. All we did was slap a sticker on a mug. And we sold those suckers for $5.
And I got that for Jonathan for Christmas.
Oh, yeah. It's just
a meme, yeah.
It's just a meme.
It's a guitar meme that says you suck at guitar, basically. But yeah, we're a recording studio located in Toccoa, Georgia, and that sound that you hear right there, that
What are we working with?
oh man, that right there, that's our living room roasters coffee, and it is delicious. Hey, head over to georgiacoffeeroasters.com. Buy some coffee, but whenever you go to check out, put Diamond Studios in your cart and take 10% off of your total order.
Put us in your cart.
That's weird.
Take me for a spin.
So
Anyway.
So where we're at where were we on the recap of who we are, what we do. Right? So we are indeed a recording studio. We also do lessons. We do some photography. We don't, but we have people who do. We'll send you to people. Okay, we got
the people.
We got the connects, yo. But also, something that we're working on is our record label. So we officially launched our record label a year ago. It's a year.
It's
a year ago.
A little over a year.
A little over.
Don't exaggerate.
8 years ago, I'm just kidding. No, a little over a year ago, we officially launched our record label. So we're taking a step back from that. We're taking some time to learn, because there's a lot that goes into that. And I thought we were ready. I thought I was ready. Let me rephrase that.
We all thought we were ready.
Yeah.
Because I remember bringing it up to you the year before last year, and you were like,
paperwork.
I don't think we're ready. The paperwork is outstanding.
It's dumb.
It's outstanding in the cornfield.
Yeah. I wish I had those numbers, the amount of hours that I put into paperwork, because I have them. And it was something along the lines of like 60 hours.
Yeah, it was stupid.
Doing paperwork. That's only for the record label.
But our contracts are perfect.
They're really good.
They're really good.
They're very good. So we're kind of taking a step back. Hopefully we'll do a hard launch again and, launch the label. I guess relaunch the label with other artists other than ourselves on it. Maybe within the next year or two. But we have a lot to learn. Have a buttload of stuff to learn. We'd also like to have a music lawyer in Toccoa. Wink, wink. Anyone. Literally, not literally.
Not anyone.
But if that's your field and you're looking to get some clients under your belt, reach out to us. So that's kind of where we're at as a label. So today we're gonna hit the topics of what kind of artist would we not work with, and would we not sign to. That should probably be a very easy one to answer.
Yeah.
You guys listening or watching, and you probably have answers going through
We've
your
probably
minds.
answered this several times, I feel like.
More than likely, yeah. And then another thing we're gonna hit on is what would we look for, in an artist. This one that can get pretty in depth, but it's very open and free form question. So, where are we as a label right now? Nowhere.
We're just kind of cruising.
Yeah. No, I'm kidding. We're not nowhere. So right now, we're taking a step back. So we have only Diamond fan members are going to be signed to the label this year. For this label cycle.
Yeah.
When I say year, I mean contract cycle. So basically, it's Hotel Street, myself,
Screet.
and then I'm gonna say this off of faith of hopefully things will happen.
Yeah.
I'm assuming Kayla
Yeah.
would be on there. Ben.
Yeah.
Ben's working on some stuff, and I guess that'd be it, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Be those.
Those
four?
are the top off my head as well.
Yeah, like the ones who are aspiring to be like artists.
Yeah.
Not everybody here desires to be a solo artist.
Yeah.
So basically the Diamond fam, we're gonna be the only ones on the label. But we're gonna treat ourselves as artists, right? So like whenever we cut out a loan for an instrumental, then we need to make that fit in. We need to make our project fit within that loan.
Right.
Like a regular label would normally do.
Yeah. Almost like, I mean, technically, if we were guinea pigs, we would have been going first, but we already had artists in the beginning. But I wouldn't necessarily say they were our guinea pigs, but they kind of were.
Yeah. So we did learn a lot.
Yeah.
We did learn a lot from the artists that we had signed. It's definitely a learning time.
Yeah.
Without a doubt. We understand now why labels suck and why they're so strict. We completely understand that, but we don't want to be that way. So we need to figure out a way to. That was a really gross sound. I'm sorry. It just caught me. So we need to figure out a way that we can still let the artist have a majority of their way, but also be strict on our timelines.
Yeah.
Because every time we turned around, we found ourselves shifting and adjusting timelines, and it was because of mistakes. Now, I'll personally take responsibility for this, but it was because of mistakes that our artists were making. Because I would explain something to the artist, but they're not as experienced as we are, and so they don't necessarily get it yet. And this was at that point in time. I'm sure if you talk to them now, I'm sure they'd understand a little bit more. But I don't know. I didn't do a good job at explaining things to them.
Well, I think it was a whole process of learning for everyone.
Yeah.
So that's partly why I said the guinea pig, because everyone was learning something about this whole beast of a thing called a label.
Yeah.
And so, I don't know, it was a really good thing. We did a lot of good things with it.
We did a lot.
It's I wouldn't say we did anything we didn't do bad, but I would think we can do better.
I know we can do better.
Yeah.
Without a doubt. We released 2, 3, 4 projects.
Yeah.
And multiple singles. That's a lot in a year.
Yeah.
That is a lot. Especially for a label that's a part of a studio with a schedule like ours.
With lessons.
Yeah, with lessons.
Yeah.
Everything's run in the same house, Here we are recording a podcast, and there's a reason why it comes out at 5 a.m. Because we have to record it in the butt crack of morning.
Yep.
Because we do these live.
Live. No.
Live.
No. I'm
That's a
breaking
lie.
the fourth wall. That's a lie.
It is a lie.
It's 1 a.m. right
yep.
now.
It's
Thur-
1:12 a.m.
It's Friday morning.
It's Friday, January 27th at 1:12 a.m.
Oh man.
But this is when we have time to do this. So this is when we're doing it. And then we have to be up and be here by 9:30 to set up for a session. It's Friday.
Yep.
Okay. Jeez, that's wild. So that's kind of where we're at as a label. There's a lot that we have to learn. There's a I think I spent so much time worrying about the paperwork side of things that I neglected kind of how to lead an artist
Yeah.
side of things. And so I know I personally need to find that balance, and delegation and all that good jazz.
Yeah.
There's a while that really sucked. That was a tough time. All right, so let's talk a year or two in the future. Let's talk what kind of artist. Let's start with the thing that no one wants to hear. Why won't we sign an artist? What kind of artist would we not work with? What pops in y'all's heads?
I mean, the obvious one is they're just bad. I mean, that's the obvious one.
Bad. And bad in the sense of musicianship, artistry, vocals.
Or I'm talking like a whole package deal.
Oh, okay.
Like,
Okay.
like they have the Okay, this can go well, but it's like an Ice JJ Fish sort of situation. If they got the
Okay.
confidence, you can go as far as you want, really.
That's true.
But I don't want I don't want to be known as the label that signed Ice JJ Fish.
That Joker signed a $10 million
He did.
label contract.
Can you imagine the producers that made the beats, and then they find out who bought them, and then they hear it and they're like, "Man."
They don't care.
I'm sure deep down they care a little bit, just a little bit.
I think it would depend on what kind of contract did they buy for Ice JJ Fish. Did they buy exclusive? If they bought exclusive and these producers can no longer do anything else with these beats, I think they'd be ticked.
I'd be mad.
I would be upset.
Yeah.
You know,
You just
now
driving down the road's like, "Oh, look, my beat." Something
Yeah.
about your girl.
but if they just
Oh.
bought, if they just leased the beat,
Yeah.
and so every, on that level of an artist, it's crazy to say that out loud. On that level of an artist, every 2 million streams, you've got to rebuy the lease. I don't think they're upset.
That's true.
Because also most of the time this includes royalties. So I mean, if you're making royalties off of these beats, shoot, every 2-3 million,
Yeah.
you're making 2,000-3,000
I guess it would pay for itself. You would get over it 'cause of money.
probably. Yeah.
That makes sense.
You and producers, you'll always make something else.
Yeah,
You'll make something better.
that's true.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
If you don't, it sucks to suck.
Dang.
That was not supposed to be a shot.
So yeah,
but
I think artists that are just like not talented. I mean, that's a given.
Yeah.
Like you want someone who's talented and can like hold their own musically. No
Yeah.
ice JJ Fishes. Personally.
That's JJ Fishes.
No.
For me, it's the artist that just walks in and they're like, "Yo, sign me."
Oh yeah.
Nah. I like at that point. Just because you did that, you're gonna have to prove yourself to me 2 times harder.
Yeah.
Like you're gonna have to work 2 times harder to prove yourself.
I think about that a lot 'cause like I think about like the whole story of like I don't know the story word for word, but like Kanye standing on like the table in the studio saying he's like the best artist in the world.
Yeah.
Like I commend that, but also at the same time, like it's like you're saying, like you're going to have to prove yourself even more. If you have confidence / arrogance, like I'm gonna want to see more from
Yeah.
you.
Well, he had already
Oh yeah, he'd already
like,
done everything at that
achieved
point. I think.
literally everything every artist would want to.
Yeah.
Every normal artist would want to.
Yeah.
At that point, if you walk in here and you've won 3 Grammys and you've got 3 platinum selling
Yeah.
albums, and you walk in here like, "Hey, you should sign me."
Yeah.
We may talk. We might talk. Okay.
Yeah. There probably wouldn't be a whole lot of
But-
discussion on that.
Probably not.
No.
Well, there.
Where
I
you
don't
at,
know.
Kanye?
What sign you got?
We'll sign you. Oh no. What have we done?
I would.
Oh, man.
I'd sell the company to him. Be like, hey, run the label. We'll sign you. You buy it from us. You run the
Oh
label,
gosh.
and then we can be on Kanye's label, and we'll just run the studio. There's my business plan. Take it or leave it. Kanye.
Take it or leave it. It's on the table for 5 seconds.
5-10 seconds.
It's January 27th. It's gonna be like thousands of seconds between now and next Wednesday.
It's okay.
So the artists that walk in, and this is what really ticks me off. The artists that walk in, they're like, "Hey, you should sign me," and I'm like, "Why?" "'Cause you know me. I know my mom.
We should all sign our moms.
Like, my mom can't remember the lyrics to Row, Row, Row Your Boat. Okay, and like, if I'm not gonna sign my mom just 'cause I know her,
Yeah.
you know. Like that's one of the dumbest validations for you wanting to be signed.
Yeah.
All that tells me is that I have something you want and you want to take advantage of what we have.
Yeah.
And that
I mean, it reminds me of whenever we announced the label, me and you both had people coming out of the woodwork just being like, "Hey,
oh my god.
how are you doing, dude?" "I'm good."
Oh my
What's up?
gosh.
"Dude, I saw that you started a label. Can you sign me?"
All the time. Either
That-
that or people wanting to be managers
Yeah.
for the label.
There was a lot of that. I do remember that.
And it's like, what? I don't know. Where were you in the beginning? You know, now that we have something that basically you get free studio time, now you want to come out of the woodworks.
Yeah.
But no, those people are a massive turnoff. And then what makes it worse, like the cherry on top. A lot of time I do this sometimes. I don't do it a lot, but I'll throw rejection at someone just to see how they take it.
Yeah.
It's always fun. It's just fun to do, because then you throw rejection at them, and if they take it well, you're like, well done.
Yeah.
Well done. Okay, I've got your name down for in the future. Like, we may not be able to do something right now,
Yeah.
but you've got my attention,
Right.
you know? But a massive, massive turn down, a massive turn off towards like signing someone is like they walk in, say, "Sign me." And if you say no and you give them a valid reason, like, "Hey, you are going to cost me money and you suck." No, right? And then they get mad because you're making the right business decision. That just shows immaturity.
Yeah.
Like, that shows immaturity on all levels. Your characteristics, your growth as a human being, your growth as an artist, and you're just inconsiderate. Like, we're running a business, and then you're inconsiderate enough to get mad that we're making a business decision when you came in here with a business proposition.
What about artists that don't have any drive at all, or like they're like not willing to promote themselves,
Yes.
or like play shows,
Yeah, do the gigs.
even the small gigs,
Even the free gigs.
even the free gigs.
Those are important.
They are important.
Why are they important?
Character.
Yeah. That's probably more important than what I was going to say.
it is.
I was going to say exposure
Practice.
in practice.
I mean, the whole reason like those gigs are even a thing is it is exposure, but I mean it does come down to your character of like, are you gonna play a show because you enjoy playing music, or are you doing it purely based off of financial gain?
You mean you're not paying me $25 to sit here for 2 hours?
That's
I'm
crazy.
just kidding. That's cheap.
That is really
That's like ungodly cheap. If you're no. If you're looking for live musicians, do not pay that level.
Please don't.
That's just a dirtbag move. No, I think you're right though. I think that's also a complicated thing whenever, like, say if you sign an artist and the artist just loses drive.
Yeah.
That's a hard thing to be in. It's a hard situation to be in.
Because you as the label, you have to like read that. You have to read if the artist is gonna be able to make it
Yeah.
through seasons that where there's lulls or where there's like not a lot happening.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point. It's a good point.
And if an artist doesn't know what they want, how are we supposed to help them achieve it?
Yeah, communication is a big one.
Yeah, because that also turns us into like the big heavy-handed labels of, well,
Mm.
this will make you money, and then they're just like, all right, whatever.
Yeah, because I mean, if this
Then
is
the artistry is gone.
terrible, but if we come up to you, like, if we sign an artist and we come up to the artist and we're like, hey, what do you want? What are your aspirations in life? How can we help you achieve those? And you don't give us a straight answer and you just give us like the runaround. Then my go-to, as you know, us people who own a label, I want to make money.
Right.
You know, like, sure, I'm passionate about music, but I'm more passionate about my personal music. If I'm
Yeah.
signed, I'm speaking like if I'm an artist, right? Signed to the same label.
Yeah.
And if I'm passionate about my music, obviously I'm going to be more passionate about your music.
Right.
More passionate about my music than your music.
Yeah.
And so I want to make money. I want to make a living, right? And I want to continue to grow as an artist. And so, like, if you're one of those that doesn't have drive, or terrible communication, I'm gonna run over you.
Yeah.
As an artist, I will run laps around you and I will leave you in the dirt.
Yeah.
Like, that sounds really cutthroat. It is cutthroat, but it's your fault.
Yeah.
You know? Now, as a label owner, I'm not going to leave you in the dirt. But if I'm an artist, I'm going to run all over you. I'm going to take every opportunity that you don't, and I'm going to capitalize on it.
I mean, that's how most people make it in this industry, is they take opportunities that other people missed.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It happens all the time.
Yep. And then through those opportunities, they create others.
Yeah.
It's a whole thing. Oh, did y'all hear that? The coffee maker's
Coffee's
done. Holy crap.
Living Room Roasters.
Wow.
Diamond Studios. And the checkout code.
That's our
Fresh
advertisement.
pot.
The fresh pot.
It's our advertisement beep. Every
It
time
is.
it beeps, we gotta throw in an ad.
We do.
No, I'm kidding. That was the coffee pot turning off.
Yeah.
So it's not gonna beep again. But yeah, that was a good point. That
Yeah.
was a really good point. Okay, let's jump into the fun stuff because we can talk about crap that we hate in an artist all day.
Yeah.
Let's jump into the good stuff. All right, what do we look for in an artist? The opposite of what we just said.
The opposite. I like seeing originality in artists.
Mm,
I like seeing something fresh.
yeah.
Like, I mean, obviously every label does, but even the unorthodox, like, I like seeing that.
Yeah. Yeah.
'Cause whether you know it or not, that's going to be like, I don't know, the next form of music, the next genre, the next whatever you like, whatever.
Style.
Yeah.
Basically a trendsetter,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's always a potential to, in those moments, to have
you
that.
do that weird music, don't you?
Yeah. Inside joke. We can't let
Yeah.
that one out.
No. It's just so funny.
It is funny.
No, yeah, I do think, you know, if you have someone that comes in and they're like, yeah, that artist does some, like, it's weird, but I like it.
Yeah.
I think you're on the right path.
Yeah. That's a good
know.
sign.
Yeah. It's a very good sign. And, you know, I think a no-brainer is, like, if we're sitting in here and, like, we're in the studio, they're in the booth, and they start, and you're just like, oh, dang, okay.
Yeah.
It's a good indicator. Good indicator that they're onto something good,
Like
right?
catching you off guard.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
expecting like a typical average artist. You're unbiased. You're just like,
Mm.
yeah, let's hear you out.
Yeah.
And then they're like, they blow you away. And you're like, oh,
Yeah.
okay.
You got the artists that are like genre flexible,
Yeah.
right? Those are fun. We don't look for that though.
No,
That's
no.
not important whatsoever.
But I think being able to see their handprint on whatever they touch and the originality of that, that's
Yep.
very important.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah.
I think top things that we look for would be artists that are easy to work with.
Yeah.
You know, you need to be able to take criticism. You need to be able to give criticism, and you need to be able to grow from those criticisms.
Right.
We've worked with artists that can take criticism, and then we work with artists who just get really defensive, and then they stay in the same place.
Yeah.
Forever, because they don't want to take criticism. You don't have to agree with it. But you need to be able to have a discussion about it.
Yeah.
You know? Like that it's just important. It's important to discuss
We need to be
your
able
art.
to build the Lego castle, but you need to share your Lego bricks and be able to share all the
Yeah.
Lego bricks. We all need
Yeah.
to share our Lego bricks, building
Yeah.
this big masterpiece.
Now, if it's your music, we're gonna let you build the castle.
Oh yeah.
Like
yeah.
it's your castle.
Yeah.
However, we may give you one of our bricks for you to use
Yes.
and just be like, hey, I think the green one would look best there.
This is a perfect analogy. I just want to
This is
point that
great.
out. I love the Lego analogy.
This is fantastic.
I'm gonna put this on a T-shirt, and we're gonna sell a Lego T-shirt, and it's gonna be like, it's gonna be textured. It's gonna have like little Lego bumps all on it.
Makes me
And
uncomfy.
you can take pieces off and
Yeah.
share them with other people.
You're just gonna have You're gonna have people walking around with like open nipples, like open nipple.
Well, no,
holes
okay,
in their
no. You
shirt.
start out with like, like the green doctor's office like Lego.
Yeah.
It's a green shirt, but then you can get pieces that go on it, and so it's like a Lego shirt.
This sounds so uncomfortable.
And then you get Lego shoes, and they too can go on your shirt.
They already do Lego shoes. That's the thing.
But Lego shoes that attach to the shirt.
there's like some like Lego Air Jordans.
Yeah, I've seen them, but they don't attach to shirts.
But do normal shoes attach to
Do all
shirts?
this work and all this marketing just to get sued by Lego.
Mm-hmm.
Uh huh.
Or Playmobil.
That's the plan. Oh my
We're gonna have
gosh.
to go to Playmobil for this one, guys.
It just sounds like a
Mega Blocks. All right.
sounds like a dad who's desperate.
It does. But anyways, Lego analogy.
was good.
I might keep coming back to that
It
at
was
some
good.
point.
It's very good.
Share your bricks.
Share your bricks.
How about if we get along with them?
Yeah,
It's a pretty big.
it's important.
It's important.
Yeah.
I feel like it's I would say that's like a preference in my mind.
Yeah.
Cuz like I feel like you can't always get along with every single person.
Yeah.
Cuz there's sometimes where I feel like you're going to have to set things aside and be business. And that situation will probably come up at some point, I would imagine.
Honestly, that happens more times than you would think.
Yeah.
Now what a label should do is, I know we're like, we like to grow with people, right?
Right.
We like to grow closer to people, get to know them, and like, almost become like family. That's what we do.
Yeah.
So, I do think that's an important culture of ours. And I think it's something that no other studio has.
Yeah.
And that's why we have people coming from all over the place to record here. So that's a good point. That's a good point. But there is indeed that time where professionalism and if you like someone, those two things, they have nothing to do with each other.
Yeah.
You can hate someone, but working with them is just something you have to do.
Yeah.
We did it all the time with the labels that I was with. I got with people that I did not agree with anything that they wrote about. Like, I didn't agree with anything that they wrote about.
Yeah.
However, I didn't necessarily like the people. I didn't like their morals or like the things that they were writing about, but what they were writing about and the things that, like the melodies that I wrote, they went perfectly hand in hand. And so whenever we hashed it out and we were like, okay, look, I don't like you, you don't like me, but we're here. So let's figure out a medium ground. Like, these are my
Yeah.
strong suits, these are your strong suits. Let's put them together and let's see. So that song that I wrote with those people ended up going to a at the time upcoming artist. I don't even remember their name. I doubt they're still doing music. But it ended up going to a bilingual artist, and it was really good. Like it was a great song. So it's good if you get along with them, but
It's like I said,
sometimes
it's definitely a preference. It's
Yeah.
preferred.
yeah. But sometimes that growth in your personal character, sometimes that growth is what's gonna lead you to like something great.
Yeah.
You know, a really good opportunity and a way to learn. Because now those scenarios, like that specific scenario, I keep playing over and over in my head, where like I remember that exact feeling where I was like, all right, we need to separate our personal feelings
Yeah.
and just be business right now. That was such a tangent,
It's an important one though.
but now you know.
It's a good one. I mean,
It
it's a
is,
it's
yeah.
a reason. It's a reason to sign or not somebody.
Yeah,
And-
now if you're just a butthole, I don't care how good you are.
Big old peach face.
Yeah.
We ain't gonna sign you. You peach face.
All right, look, we're gonna sign a rapper named Lil Peach Face.
Oh,
Mm.
I would just hard pass if his name was Little Peach Face.
Oh
You
my
changed the
gosh.
name, and we're not signing.
Ah,
Watch him be like a Grammy Award winning artist named Little Peach Face.
Lil Peach Hole.
And I'm gonna have peach ring.
Oh,
no.
We just drove the car off the cliff.
We did.
So, okay, now something else that we don't necessarily target is genre. Like we're not a genre
Yeah.
target label, genre focused
Word.
label. There it is. Sorry.
Your brain just went like 5 different ways.
It did. I'm trying to get it back. So we're not a one genre focused label.
Right.
So like we don't look for one specific genre. However, within an artist genre, we look for their abilities within that genre.
Right.
And the diversity within those genres matters, right?
Mhm.
So, you know, if you got a country artist who, you know, can bust out some Johnny Cash, but then turn around and bust out some Florida Georgia Line. You know, the polar opposites, best of both worlds.
Yeah.
Or worst of both worlds. Depends.
Depends on who you are.
Debate in the comments wherever you're watching this. Just kidding. Don't do that. No, do it.
Yeah, do it.
I encourage.
Builds our algorithm. Do it.
yeah, it builds our algorithm. No, we do indeed, to be more specific on the genres. If we sign one specific genre, it's gonna be a minute before we sign another artist. In that same genre.
Yeah.
It's just we like to focus on one artist within that one genre, and make sure they get the undivided attention within that genre that they deserve.
Yeah.
It's important. Unless another artist comes along and they're just stupid incredible,
Mm-hmm.
you know. I think that'd be the only time that we do that. Sign two of the same genres.
Right.
But yeah, I feel like I'm missing a key component. Oh.
A major key.
Oh. Duh. Artists that invest in themselves.
Oh yeah.
Duh.
I think we were so focused on not being opposite that
Man.
we didn't answer it.
Yeah. Look, if you're an artist and you've been in the studio, whether it's Diamond Studios or another studio, if you're an artist and you have the work and the product to prove that you have been investing in yourself and like really working on your music career, that says a lot.
Yeah.
Because if you're willing to bet on yourself so much to go out and actually pay for studio time and make yourself sound professional, that just gives us another reason to want to invest in an artist.
Right.
You know, we've made that mistake of investing in artists that I don't think we gave enough time to invest in themselves.
Right.
You know, and whether that was with the label or without the label, it doesn't matter. We've invested in artists that were signed and unsigned, but we've made that mistake just because we think someone sounds really good,
Mm-hmm.
and so we're like, we need to help them, right?
Yeah.
So we jump the gun and we help them out, but then we pour all these resources and time of resources into these artists, and then they just fall off.
Yeah.
Like they just get lost, you know. Either they don't know how to juggle a job, a career, maybe they're in school, maybe they got a family, like you don't really know, right? But you've got to invest in yourself for a good little while. At least half a year. At least half a year of consistent artist growth. Maybe even consistent releases.
Yeah.
You know, of good quality content. Not anything that you recorded on BandLabs or Audacity, like things that things that you actually like paid for.
Yeah.
You're investing and they sound good. I think that's very important.
Mix your freaking songs.
And master them. Do that too.
Oh my gosh. You want to sound professional? Do that. You'll stand out in the crowd.
This is true. Yeah.
I just made eye contact with the camera. Mix and master your songs.
Indeed. It's important.
Yeah,
We offer that service.
we do.
You should use it. All right, gentlemen. Good episode. Fun times. Fun times. Fun times.
Wow.
You know, there's a. This is really good coffee.
My cup's empty.
Yeah?
Yeah, I drank it
Yeah,
like
I
halfway
drank
through.
mine like
I'll do the sip.
way before halfway through.
Wow. Good sip. Good sip. That's
Wow.
Living Room Coffee Roasters, everybody.
You guys can get Living Room Coffee Roasters by going to Georgia
I think it's GeorgiaCoffeeRoasters.com.
GeorgiaCoffeeRoasters.com, and you can get
10% off
your coffee.
your total cart by using the code Diamond Studios.
Wow.
So go do it. It's amazing. It's good stuff. It's the coffee that we drink here at the studio during sessions, during podcasts, during lessons, during life.
Practically in our veins.
It's our blood. I'm kidding.
We bleed coffee and music.
What's that smell? Paper cut.
Paper cut.
Oh, that's weird. Okay. What have you guys been listening to?
I've been listening to what?
Last week. Wait, well, I was going first.
Listen, I had 2 weeks. I had 2 weeks of not going first.
Today-
I'll go first again.
Okay, all right. Today, he's like, let me tell you something.
I listened to. I'm choosing King's Kaleidoscope again,
Okay.
partially because I listened to their new album.
Okay.
For all the way through for the first time. I'm really late to that. Great album. I can hear Chad's production getting like really, really interesting because he had someone playing the piano or he played it, or he's using samples to make weird cuts throughout the music. I find that really interesting. Like
Okay.
all throughout the album, it's lots of like interesting sounding piano. It's not clean piano. It's very dirty. Very. Oh, and also Mac DeMarco's instrumental album. It came out a few days ago. The 5 Easy Hot Dogs. I think that's what it's called. I'm loving it. I didn't realize how like
Ba-ba-ba-ba.
what?
Oh no, I know McDonald's doesn't sell hot dogs. But they're food, and you're loving it.
Oh. But yeah, 5 Easy Hot Dogs. It's been really good. I didn't think I'd like Mac DeMarco music without Mac DeMarco's voice in it, but it's proven otherwise. I'm digging it. You guys should go listen to it.
Totally. What have you been listening to, Beebs?
Pretty much exclusively Frank Zappa.
Okay.
Frank Zappa.
Frank Zappa.
Zappa.
Zappa
what album?
know-how.
A bunch of albums.
Just kind of jumping around. Did you listen to the Penguin?
To,
Yes. You listened to it today.
Live at the Roxy.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like that album.
It's a cool album.
Dang it. Guys, I don't know what I've been listening to. I know for a fact I've been listening to a lot of lo-fi and rain.
You should talk about the rain.
Oh, hold on. Time out. No, yeah, the rain. Okay, so I like to have things playing in my mind. No, for my mind. I'm okay. I'm okay. I like to have things playing just for
The
the sake of my
doctors put a
brain.
button on my head, and I hit the button, and music starts playing.
That's scary.
It's scary.
So typically, like throughout the workday, if I'm not doing anything like music related, I have like rain playing in the background with like lo-fi beats playing softly underneath the rain.
And he'll combine them.
Yeah,
Have two
combine
different
them.
YouTube videos going at once.
It's great.
It is great.
It is, and then when you turn it off, you're like, oh,
Well, it was one of those moments where I realized I was like, my attention is just like focused because my brain is focused on all these different sounds happening.
yeah,
That the other part of my brain is just like, look, this work is in front of
Yeah.
you. You can focus on it.
yeah. For me, it like sucks me into what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And it cancels out everything that's going on around me.
Yeah.
Because my brain will run with whatever is going on around me. But okay, so other than that, I know. I put my phone on shuffle quite a bit for car rides. This week, but specifically, I went back and listened to Justin Bieber's Purpose album.
Interesting.
Yeah, I did. I wanted to go back and partially because it's re-released in spatial.
I knew it. Freaking knew you were going to do that. I love it.
But yeah, I wanted to dissect that and listen.
Listen for the details.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I really enjoy listening to those details. Skrillex, Sonny is stupid good.
Crazy.
Such a producer, amazing. That combo of Skrillex and Pooh Bear, like those two, it's amazing. It's just amazing. It's good stuff. All right, well, that's what we've been listening to. Please let us know what you have been listening to.
Yeah.
If you follow us on Facebook, send us a message. You follow us on Instagram, send us a message. Just search Diamond Studios Podcast on either of those, and you should be able to find us. Also, thank you so much for tuning in.
Thank you.
It means a lot. You are the bomb.
We love you.
Yeah, we do. We love you. And rate the show if you're enjoying it. If you like what you hear, if you have input, rate it. Let us know what you think.
And again, share it with your friends
Yeah.
because maybe we'll give away merch in the future.
Yeah,
Possibly.
yeah, maybe
We do have Diamond Studios merch available right now.
we do.
There's only the limited supply, so you better get it while you can.
Yep, it's gone March 1st.
Oh, March 1st. There's
March
a
1st,
deadline.
or until it sells out. Last time we checked, we all the smalls of the Dusty Rose hoodie are sold out, and
They're
also all of the mediums of our oversized tie-dye t-shirts. Those are also sold out. So if you would like to get some merch, you better jump on that.
Go get them hoodies and shirts. Do it.
Write me out.
Right meow.
All right,
You got a song?
Yeah.
Cool.
sing to us.
Congratulations. We choose you.
Aw.
If you're listening now, you are signed to the label.
no.
Just
No.
kidding. Just kidding.
Disclaimer.
No, disclaimer. This has been the podcast.
Cut it here.
This has been the podcast.